continue, shall we? Henry presented his paintbrush to Cindy. Hesitantly, she reached out and touched the tip, then ran her hand softly down the wood. Likewise, Henry reached out and put the tips of his fingers in Cindy's paint. How do you think we should do this? Henry asked nervously. Well, replied Cindy, maybe you can help prepare me first. Okay, Henry agreed. What do I do? Love the communication here. Good job. Cindy picked up a can of paint and brought it over to Henry. Henry reached out as Cindy guided his hands. Nice and steady, she assured him. Not too fast, but not too slow either. Cindy closed her eyes so she could focus on the texture of the paint and to tell Henry when to stop. Almost there, she said. It's been 84 years. Okay, said Cindy, I think we're ready. All right, Henry squeaked as he prepared his paintbrush, but I'm nervous. I've never used real paint before. I'm nervous too, replied Cindy. I've never used a real brush with my paints before. I believe in you too. They stood silently for a moment. I have an idea, said Cindy. Maybe we can try just the tip. Like that one time at band camp. Sorry, that wasn't part of the book. Henry considered Cindy's idea. Yes, he said, that's a great idea. Let's start with just the tip. Ever so slowly, Henry inserted the tip of his brush into the wet paint. Oh, Jesus. He heard Cindy quietly gasp. Whew. Doing great, doing well, as a perfect blot of paint covered the tip of his brush. What do you think? Asked Henry. I think it's going well so far, Cindy answered. Henry dipped the tip of his brush a few more times. I think we can try more than just the tip now, Cindy said. Good for Henry for waiting till Cindy was ready. Henry and Cindy soon forgot all about their initial hesitation. Together, with Cindy mixing the colors and Henry wielding his brush, they got to work. Wow, that was fast, Cindy exclaimed as Henry finished. Says every woman ever. They stood back to admire their first picture. I think I need a bit more practice, Henry admitted. We love a self-aware king. Well, I have lots of paint. Could we try again tomorrow? Cindy asked. I would like that very much, said Henry. I bet you fucking would, Henry. After cleaning up, Cindy continued to marvel at their first painting while Henry washed his brush at the sink. I think you should keep that, said Henry. It will look nice on your wall. That doesn't look like anything in particular. I think it will too, replied Cindy. They were both having so much fun they didn't notice it was starting to get dark outside. Oh, said Henry, I need to be getting home. See you tomorrow? Definitely, said Cindy. I'll see you and your paintbrush then. Henry waved goodbye to Cindy as he left. That night, Henry was overwhelmed with joy. I did it, he whispered to himself. I finally used my paintbrush with real paint. He smiled as he drifted off to sleep, thinking about all the different ways he and Cindy would paint together for so many days to come. The happy ending we were all hoping for.